One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
UPitt creating space. UPitt turning, scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Once again, the TenbandTV crew finds itself in West by God, Virginia at the beautiful new Hope Gas Ice Pavilion on the West Virginia University campus in Morgantown for the semifinal round, game number 2 of 2 in the semifinal round of the College Hockey East Men's Division III playoffs. The side yard brawl is on for one last time in the calendar year as the Mountaineers, the number 4 seed in this year's tournament, play host to the number 2 seeds and proud owners of a first-round bye, the UPitt Johnstown Ice Cats. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchuk, alongside Chris Beddick for coverage of the 2026 CHE Men's Division III playoffs here on TenbandTV. Earlier this afternoon, you saw two-time champion St. Vincent hang on to defeat upstart Kent State for the right to play for a 3rd consecutive playoff title and probable 3rd consecutive appearance at ACHA Division III Nationals, having come in as the 20th ranked team in the latest Men's Division III National poll. UPJ was in the top 20 early in the regular season before falling out and falling back to recent norms for the Ice Cats. Boston Bradley, in his first full season as head coach, though, has the Ice Cats playing some great hockey. They come in with 40 points even in that 2nd seed. They swept the season series from the Mountaineers, but the Mountaineers are going to be a confident bunch, Chris, after working overtime to rally past the Akron Zips.
We saw a close game in the first one earlier today where Kent State giving St. Vincent all they can handle. And you know what? In this second game today, I expect more of the same, Matt. I think this is going to be a close, tight game, a typical playoff team. UPJ did sweep the season series over West Virginia 5-3 at the old War Memorial in Johnstown and then 4-1 down here. But both, in hockey terms, relatively close games, close scores. And I would expect playoff hockey to rear its head today. Now, what's happening now is UPJ sat yesterday. They did not play. West Virginia won a tough, grinding overtime game yesterday against Akron, a game in which they were down early 2-0 and had to scratch and claw back to end up winning in overtime. What effect that'll have on West Virginia today, good or bad, we're about to see.
And the Ice Cats have firepower. Over 90 goals as a team scored during the regular season. They were the 2nd most potent team offensively behind regular season champion St. Vincent. They have 3 of the top 10 scores in CHE entering the postseason, including their captain, number 9, Aiden Rice, 32 points on his regular campaign, including 22 assists, 185 career points, the all-time leader in Ice Cats program history. And the Mountaineers are getting a nice round of applause from their home crowd as they take the ice. And they've got their leading goal scorer, Hayden Snyder, and this is a bit of a homecoming for him. We use the term home loosely, as Snyder is a former Allegheny Badgers product who has led the Mountaineers in goal scoring this season.
Yeah, I coached him at one time when he was way smaller and way younger, but here we are today. As we get ready for this one here, the starting lineups will be announced, and then we'll have the anthem.
Thank you, Austin McLean. The goaltending matchup is between Hayden Dirk of West Virginia, who's shared the net with Nick White and former Blackhawk High School standout Evan Kennelly, and the Iron Man for UPJ, Matt Page, back in the cage for the Ice Cats.
Page comes into this season this game with a 2.78 goals against average and a 919 save percentage. At the other end, Hayden Dirk for West Virginia, 3.01 goals against and a 910 save percentage. You were talking about goals and offense, Matt. UPJ averages about 5 goals a game coming into this season, where West Virginia averages 3.6. So the team in white, on paper, is anyway the better offensive team, or they have all season. But we can throw that out, because just as we saw in the first game, it was tight and close with St. Vincent holding on. And I expect this game here, I would be shocked if it wasn't a tight, close game here today, with the winner going to the championship tomorrow.
West Virginia's men's Division I ACHA team won their tournament as a 4 seed. Can this team in Division III do the same? The Mountaineers control the opening faceoff and move the puck from left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin. Jackson Barberi, top scoring defenseman in CHE, plays it into the WVU zone for UPJ. Skating back into the corner is Will Shannon. Up the near side it comes. Barberi retreating now as Levi Lustig, starting center for the Mountaineers, takes it around the boards. Mountaineers play it in behind the goal. Lustig, nobody to pass to. Braden Penrose helping UPJ clear the zone before he comes off for an early line change. Out to center it'll go now. And beyond the reach of Gino Valenti, the former Morgantown All-Star in the PIHL. Sam Jansky from behind the Mountaineer net, out to center for Valenti. Valenti plays it beyond Andrew Barberi, the rookie. Andrew on defense here to Zach Zito. Zito, the Murraysville native, a last-minute insertion into Boston Bradley's lineup for today, wearing number 85 in white for UPitt Johnstown. That one is played inadvertently off the official and in behind the UPJ goal. Zito with this puck, but lost it in the corner to Ryan Anderson. Zito up to center, turned it over to Joey Katana, and now he's across the attacking line as Zito, dropping with Chase Huff. Huff, 14 goals to lead the Ice Cats during the regular season as that puck is deflected to the corner. Kyle Raplogel from the left point, off a couple of WVU sticks. Carson Martin trying to exit the zone for the Mountaineers. Anderson ahead to Martin. Martin one-on-one with Raplogel, Andrew Barberi back checking for UPJ as Page covers to his left.
It's always interesting to see how these games go. UPJ having the bye, not playing yesterday. We'll see how quick they are to get their legs moving and get into the flow of things, having been off. West Virginia, of course, played yesterday and won in overtime over Akron. See how their legs are to get this one going. They fell behind early. West Virginia did 2-0. Were able to come back. That is not the game plan for today. They do not want to fall behind this UPJ team like they did yesterday. That could be trouble.
UPJ finding itself in the semifinal round of this tournament for the 3rd straight year, this time as the owner of a first-round bye for its top 2 finish, and a blocker save made there by Page. Lustig deflecting that puck right in front of the UPitt Johnstown goal. Aaron Norkovicus on defense, plays it off the rafter and out of action.
First chance of the game, really. It was a little deflection in there on Page. He had to be quick with the blocker to deflect that away. That was the first shot of the game, almost 3 minutes in.
Norkovicus, a roommate of winger Caden Kazarowski, another of the top UPJ scorers during the regular season, and Kazarowski's line coming off here before this face-off, and the worker bees are out here for Boston Bradley as officials deliberate where that face-off should take place. Polanki, the linesman, is going to bring it outside the West Virginia zone. The Mountaineers win it cleanly. Jansky to the vacant wing. Will McNamara, the WVU captain, playing that puck as he was greeted by Jackson Barberi. Ben Teedy on here for UPJ, the former Chartiers Valley product, as the Ears are guilty of icing 3 minutes into a scoreless first period.
The crowd filling in nicely here in the arena. See lots of West Virginia folks coming in. Both these teams are blue and gold, the darker blue. West Virginia, we see now a lot of folks standing along the glass. So good crowd here for this one.
In the academic sense, UPJ is the home team for this game because they were the superior regular season team. In the geographic sense, they're basically playing a road game, which is sort of an interesting dynamic for the Ice Cats to encounter. And this is Kyle Raplogel, the senior defenseman, out from behind his own net. Mountaineers regroup with their own blue line. It comes out to the UPitt Johnstown line for Anderson. Anderson interrupted. Rosic moving the puck forward for the Ice Cats. Mountaineers take that loose puck from behind their own net, and out with momentum is Joey Katana. Katana losing it to Kyle Raplogel, and the Ears keep it inside the zone. Katana unable to shoot it cleanly on Matt Page, the UPJ netminder. Andrew Barberi for Rosic. Rosic turning it over temporarily to Anderson, but had some help from his UPitt Johnstown teammates on that back check, and a miscommunication causes a turnover to Anderson. UPJ able to clean up that mess as Andrew Barberi is knocked down. Nick Cacciola, the Mountaineers' leading scorer during the regular season. Luke Cacciola, their leading regular season scorer with 21 points, gave sort of a who me to the officials. We play on here early in the first as the Ice Cats are changing lines. Zito outletting for Huff. Chase Huff over the line, skating wide, trying to center it for Hooks, but a good read there by Hayden Snyder. Jackson Barberi getting some cheers from the UPJ faithful as he throws his weight around. Zito, meanwhile, for Huff. Huff remains onside, fires into the glove hand of Dirk. That save is made. Another check near side as Owen Serlione fires it to Zito. Zito going upstairs, and Dirk had to fight that one off. Snyder deflects it in front. Trying to work it to his forehand was Zito. Zito maybe should have just backhanded that puck on goal. He had time. West Virginia clears it, and Barberi wins the foot race to get the icing call.
So you can definitely see here the home ice advantage. This is their building, and a majority of the fans, overwhelming majority of fans, are West Virginia. However, UPJ being the home team, from a strategy standpoint, Matt, they'll get the last change. So they should be able to get the matchups most of the time that they want out there on the ice, being the designated home team in this one.
And it wouldn't be a playoff game without drama on and off the ice, as the UPJ bus actually broke down, we're told, en route to Hope Gas Ice Pavilion. Try to say that 10 times fast. And a makeshift school bus fortunately came along in enough time for the Ice Cats to get to the rink and change and warm up with time to spare before the start of this second semifinal game.
Yeah, they got here about 20 minutes before the warm-ups.
Ice Cats supporting Page well on that sequence. Norkovicus up to center as he's ridden off the puck by Dwyer. Penrose and Wade Plowman, who had a big goal in last year's playoffs for UPJ, giving chase. And again, it's icing on WVU.
So 6 minutes into the first period, shots are 2-1 in favor of UPJ. Teams kind of feeling each other out here. Couple hits here and there. I think UPJ trying to find their legs. West Virginia trying to get going and get the keep the momentum that they have from their big win yesterday.
Well, as defending champion St. Vincent demonstrated earlier, sometimes that first run by can be both gift and curse. It took them a while to get going, and in the end they had to really hang on against a feisty Kent State squad for their semifinal victory. And they'll play one of these two teams tomorrow at 1 o'clock for the CHE Championship. Centering pass broken up for Rice. Dirk had that go under his goaltender's stick. Nico Kortsis unable to play that puck. It's put on Dirk. He makes that save from his knees.
A little bit of confusion here by West Virginia in their own zone.
Rice to the rebound. That shot blocked in front. Looked like the man on this puck for West Virginia, Jared Outward, might have gotten a piece of it. Barberi keeps it on for Brendan Caralfa. Caralfa left wing. Up top now for Raplogel. Raplogel back to Barberi. Barberi shooting deflected on goal. That save is made through a crowd by Hayden Dirk. Barberi from center for UPJ. Dumps it in. Ice Cats changing behind the play. Rice trying to feed Tony Morano. Deep on the left wing.
West Virginia right now having trouble exiting their zone. UPJ putting the pressure on. Another giveaway.
Jonathan Kleka coughed it up to Ben Teedy. Jansky was knocked down in the middle of that sequence as the Ice Cats regroup in the neutral zone. Barberi around the boards. Martin flags it down for WV. Teedy going to work in the corner. Morano overskated the puck. Morano has it now for UPJ, and a penalty coming up against the Ice Cats.
Wow.
And Teedy is saying that he was hit in the middle of that play, but he's the one who's going to go off.
Offensive zone penalty for UPJ as they had all the momentum. They had West Virginia in trouble there. Their forecheck was a problem, and West Virginia, the penalty, bails them out and puts WVU on the power play for the first time today.
UPJ's been feast or famine on the penalty kill too, just tied for 7th in the 10-team circuit, 73.7% during the regular season. WVU last in power play conversion rate at 9.4% entering the postseason, so something's got to give. Mountaineers on the penny power play.
Big opportunity here in the first period.
Jansky to Anderson. Anderson to the corner. Tripping the official indication against Ben Teedy. Katana on goal. Page with that save from his knees. Ice Cats push it up the far boards, but not out. Jansky from the right point to Anderson on the half wall. In the corner now for Lustig. The Mountaineer captain gets it up to Anderson. Anderson from an angle. That's off of Page, and the rebound comes right to Chase Huff, who puts it off the stick of Nico Kortsis and back to center. West Virginia putting a fresh unit out there. With 1:05 left in the power play, Snyder to the corner, hit as he got rid of that puck by Caralfa. Mountaineers complete the change as the Ice Cats clear the zone. Katana. Joey Katana, that is. Through center. From an angle, Page protecting that near post. Drew Allen from the half wall. 40 to go in the power play. Up top for Martin. Martin to the corner for Katana. Katana up to Carson Martin. And a good stick there by Caralfa to force the play back inside West Virginia ice. 20 to go in the man advantage for the Mountaineers. 10.5 left in a scoreless first period. That shot by Allen blocked from an angle before it could get to Page. Serleone has it. He sends it up the boards, but kept in by Snyder. Snyder to Casiola. It's stopped by Page and loose on the doorstep, and UPJ draws a penalty of their own. Aiden Rice on the penalty kill here for Boston. Bradley got absolutely run over from behind by Joey Katana, and
penalty going to be interference on the call.
Katana none too happy about it as he is escorted off by the linesman. And now UPJ, third on the power play in CHE during the regular season, gets their first penny power play after killing one off for the Mountaineers.
Well, you get the kill, and now you get the power play. UPJ, 10-11 here to go in the first, no score. Opportunity for the Ice Cats.
Both these teams, 7th on the PK. West Virginia with an identical 73.7% rate. And the Ice Cats score! Action Jackson nuzzles that nylon. UPJ, midway through the first period, takes the 1-0 lead, and they brought their flippin' toys with them. Barberi, the power play goal getter.
Just a simple play. Barberi got the puck in the middle at the top of the power play. Here we see it. He just flips it to the net. There was good traffic in front. There was a screen. The screen was provided by Caden Kazarowski. I don't think Dirk ever saw it. It beats him clean. Power play goal for Barberi, and it's 1-0 UPJ Ice Cats.
Hockey 101, you get a big kill, then you get a power play of your own, and you waste no time capitalizing. 23 power play goals as a team by the Ice Cats this season, second most in the conference. Adam Hook sending it in, and Jackson Barberi, who leads the CHE with 5 power play goals now by a defenseman, records a G for the 11th time this year and first time in the playoffs.
It's pretty simple stuff, Matt. They just got the puck to the net with traffic. Dirk got beat clean. And the first goal of the game to the UPJ Ice Cats.
Once again, Hockey 101. Ice Cats keep it simple and they get rewarded. Lead pass, Zito couldn't reach it, but he did deflect it to negate the icing call. That's a heady play.
Shots now 5-4 in favor of UPJ halfway through the first.
Turn over to Kazarowski. That save made. The rebound is loose. Dirk can't cover it. Pushing it to the boards in desperation is Jansky. Oh, UPJ that close to a second goal in rapid succession.
This UPJ forecheck is creating problems for West Virginia.
They've got the hop after scoring that power play goal, and Norkovikas puts it toward the net. Kazarowski through the blue paint. Not sure if Dirk got a piece of that or not, but it seemed to just go right out the other side. Norkovikas from an angle off the board. Sterlione trying to get around Cassiola. And Cassiola's a big boy out there on the ice.
They were laid off the bus, Matt, but they've found their legs now, UPJ.
Luke Napoli getting it back to center for West Virginia, and the Mountaineers are trying to just restore a little bit of sanity here to this first period as they find themselves down a goal. UPJ out from behind its own net. Mountaineers go to work on the forecheck and they generate the turnover. In front, it's a backhander on Page. That play is made and the rebound is stopped by Page. Liam Dwyer with the initial shot, and Page taking exception to something one of the Mountaineers did. And now it truly is a side yard brawl. Somebody, I think, may have taken a shot at Matt Page, and I think that's what triggered the raucous behavior after the whistle.
Well, I think in front it was Liam Dwyer, number 79. He was in front on top of the blue paint, and after the save was made, getting in there and taking a whack at it was Liam Dwyer, and Page got up, not appreciative of that, and 2 or 3 of his teammates jumped on Dwyer. So it looks like we have a couple players in the box for UPJ and one for West Virginia. We'll see how this shakes out with 8 minutes to go in the first period. That certainly has added some juice to this one.
UPJ may have taken an extra penalty for retaliation, so the Mountaineers might get a second penny power play with 8 minutes to go in the first period. They're 0 for 1 thus far, if that is indeed the case.
Their head coach is giving the official a piece of his mind, which tells me that UPJ is going to be shorthanded here.
Boston Bradley bringing a lot of youthful energy after taking over the program mid-season last year from Dave Lehman. Ice Cats won 12 of their last 16 last season to make the CHE tournament once again. And they've been obviously one of the top teams in the conference again this season. And he's known as a very animated, energetic coach on that UPJ bench.
West Virginia is on the power play.
And it is a conventional 5-on-4 power play, so we'll assume coincidental fighting majors, and then I believe cross-checking was the indication against one of the Ice Cats. We'll try and sort that out if we can. In any event, the Mountaineers have a chance at a little tit-for-tat here on special teams in a 1-0 hockey game. Anderson unable to advance it past center. Rice and company clearing it. Rice kicks it into West Virginia territory, and under duress, Jansky gets it up to Anderson.
Aggressive penalty kill here by Rice. Number 9 in white, he's the captain.
Bradley not afraid to use his top overall skill player on the PK. Not every coach will do that, but he certainly will. Cross ice to Anderson it comes. Midway through the penny power play for WVU. Jansky from the point to Anderson. Anderson, that's blocked by Replogle. And the rebound comes all the way back to center red. Jansky out for Anderson. Anderson misplayed it. Rice trying to create something shorthanded for the Ice Cats. Rice unable to go out in front to chase Huff, but he does take more time off that penalty clock. Half a minute to go now on the extra penalty on the Ice Cats. Snyder quickly up to center, blowing past Adam Hooks, but forgot the puck. Snyder recovers. Snyder from an angle. Page, I think, got a piece of that, making an unconscious stop at the far post. Mountaineers played around point to point. Joey Katana around the perimeter. Katana with it at center point now. Penalty over. That shot is blocked. And Hooks has it at center. Hooks flipping it up ahead to Zito. Zito just out of the box. Zito, right circle, shooting. That's blocked. And now the Ice Cats in scramble mode, trying to get back after trying to get their transition game going. Hooks for Zito. Zito for Huff. Huff around one man. Couldn't get around McNamara, however. McNamara gaining the red line and met by Hooks as he dumps that puck. Braden Penrose, the former Avonworth Antelope, behind the net to Jackson Barberi, who has the only goal of this game on the power play for UPitt Johnstown. Ice Cats leading West Virginia here in CHE semifinal number 2 with a matchup with two-time regular season and playoff champion St. Vincent at stake. Colin Cooch at center for Replogle. Norkovicus. Cooch unable to get back on side, so Norkovicus just has to cut his losses. Final 5 minutes of first period play. Mountaineers break it out towards center. Napoli conceding to Replogle. Barberi. Top defensive pairing out here for UPJ with time ticking away in the period. Barberi to Norkovicus. Norkovicus up the left wing. Norkovicus shooting on Dirk, the save made. Barberi unable to drag it to his forehand. That's played out in front and kicked away by a couple of Mountaineer sticks. And Dirk will stop Norkovicus for a second, if not third time, before forcing the faceoff.
Dirk had to be tough there on his angle. Good rebound control. Shots right now are 10-8 in favor of UPJ. Faceoff will be to the left of West Virginia goaltender Hayden Dirk. 4:25 to go in the first. UPJ Ice Cats up 1-0.
It's played through center. Sterling Owen out of the penalty box and giving chase as Page covers up. The net pushed egregiously off the moorings as going hard to the net was Valenti for West Virginia. And this is a UPJ team that we've seen. You can get inside their heads a little bit, and I sense, Chris, that that's what the Mountaineers are trying to do. They're trying to pick up the physical play and give themselves a chance in this game on special teams.
They're ramping things up after the whistle. You can see whether they're trying to or not. They've done that a few times, and that has gotten Page now talking to the official. That's gotten under the skin a little bit of the Ice Cats.
Page, 13 wins to lead CHE this year individually. The Johnstown native with a pair of shutouts among those 13 victories. Rosich from distance. Good toe save made there by Page's counterpart, Hayden Dirk. Mountaineers over the attacking line. Valenti with a pretty move there. Valenti to goal. Page the save. And there is no rebound.
Nice move there by Valenti to get around the defenseman who went for the poke check and he missed. Ended up having a really good chance coming in there basically one-on-one But Page, good shot, better save by Matt Page.
Just 2 points in 14 games for Valenti during the regular season, but had a phenomenal senior year at Morgantown High School, finishing that year with over 50 points for the Mohawks. Aiden Rice up the right wing for UPJ. Rice 1 against 2. Rice around Cortzis. Rice in behind the net. And now at center, Listigian. Jake Listigian, the former Mars Planet, is deep in UPJ ice for the Mountaineers. Up to Cortzis, speaking of former PIHL players. Cortzis keeping it inside the line. It goes wide of Matt Page, the UPJ netminder. Zito to center. Huff tied up from behind by Listigian. Chase Huff and one of the Mountaineers going down near the corner. Play continues as the Mountaineers try to exit their zone in the final 3 minutes of period 1. Lustig onside. Tried to shoot it from long range. That was blocked, and it's turned over now to Hooks. Hooks trying to leave it for Huff, but getting to it first was Snyder at center ice. Snyder over the line for the Mountaineers, skating wide. Snyder pushed from behind by Penrose. Loose puck at the side of the net. Turned over to Snyder. Snyder out in front. That shot just missing. Cassiola from an angle. That's blocked off by Penrose and swatted at by a high stick. The high sticking call is negated as Hooks gets it to center for Huff. UPJ had a bit of a mess to clean up there in its own zone, but they do their jobs. And Norkovicus one touches it to the corner. Caden Kazarowski giving chase. Kazarowski, top 5 in points in program history, one of 6, including captain Aiden Rice, to top the century mark in career points. That save made by Dirk. Kazarowski and Rice both accomplishing that feat as juniors last season. And here comes the other 47, Snyder of West Virginia. He's dumped by Jackson Barberi. Fans wanted a call, none forthcoming. From behind his own net, Katana. That outlet pass interrupted by Norkovicus. And the Mountaineers will just play it back to neutral ice. Barberi over the line for UPJ. Barberi skating wide, dropping for Norkovicus. He shoots right into the logo of goaltender Hayden Dirk.
Shots now 13-9 in favor of UPJ. They're starting to get more room out there. They're starting to gain the blue line a little bit easier than they did in probably the first 10 minutes of the game.
And in saying those numbers, he probably just made a few ears bleed in the building. But we digress. Mountaineers win the own zone draw.
If you're aware at all of the history of West Virginia and Pitt, you know exactly what 13-9 means. but we do digress.
Yes. Final minute of first period play forthcoming, and it is UPitt Johnstown up by a goal. Rice over the attacking line. Rice trying to create space. He's got McNamara, the other captain, all over him. Rice fanning on that attempted shot. The Mountaineers clear it. Good stick there by Raplogel. Raplogel keeping it in at his feet. Sends it into the empty corner. Taken there by Martin. Barberi from left point. Back to Barberi with half a minute left in the period. Rosic with room. Rosic firing. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Dirk.
Good glove save there by Dirk, and then settling it down to get a face-off so both teams can make changes. 30.3 to go in the first. UPJ has found their game and found their legs. Get the feeling here, West Virginia kind of holding on, trying to get out of this period. They're down 1-0. They're trying to prevent going down 2-0 before they go to the locker room.
Zito wins the face-off to Rosic. Rosic going upstairs again and again. Dirk rises to the challenge, or more accurately, his right hand rises to the challenge. So we do it again from the same spot, same result. Rosic knocked down from behind and forced back to center. Rosic from his stomach trying to dump off that puck safely to Sirleone. Zito chipping it ahead to nobody in particular with 10 seconds left in the period. One more chance maybe for the Ice Cats. Zito dropping for Rosic. Rosic double teamed and taken down to the ice. Hooks fishing for this puck. UPJ fans wanting a call and not sure they didn't have a beef there at the end of the period as Huff tries not to sink to the level of Valenti, who had him pinned to the ice as the buzzer sounded. And so we will cut the ice at Hope Gas Ice Pavilion in Morgantown, with UPitt Johnstown leading the hosts by a 1-0 score with Chris Beddick. I'm Matt Popchuk, and you're watching the CHE semifinals on TenbandTV, presented by Play It Again Sports in Greensburg. One-on-one with Andrew Barberi back checking for UPJ as Page covers to his left.
It's always interesting to see how these games go. UPJ.
That save is made. Another check near side as Owen Serleone fires it to Zito. Zito going upstairs. And Dirk had to fight that one off. And Carolfa left wing. Up top now for Raplogle. Raplogle back to Barberi. Barberi shooting deflected on goal. That save is made through a crowd by Hayden Dirk. Going to work in the corner. Morano overskated the puck. Morano has it now for UPJ, and a penalty coming up against the Ice Cats.
Wow.
And TD is Katana. Joey Katana, that is. Through center. From an angle, Page protecting that near post. Page. Serleone has it. He sends it up the boards, but kept in by Snyder. Snyder to Casiola. It's stopped by Page and loose on the doorstep, and UPJ draws a penalty of their own. Both these teams 7th on the PK. West Virginia with an identical 73.7% rate. And the Ice Cats score! Action Jackson nuzzles that nylon. UPJ, midway through the first period, takes the 1-0 lead, and they brought their flippin' toys with them. Both these teams 7th on the PK. West Virginia with an identical 73.7% rate. And the Ice Cats score! Action Jackson nuzzles that nylon. UPJ, midway through the first period, takes the 1-0 lead, and they brought their flippin' toys with them.
5-4 in favor of UPJ halfway through the first.
Turn over to Kazarowski. That save made. The rebound is loose. Dirk can't cover it. Pushing it to the boards in desperation is Jansky.
Is creating problems for West Virginia.
They've got the hop after scoring that power play goal, and Norkovikas puts it toward the net. Kazarowski through the blue paint. Not sure that play is made, and the rebound is stopped by Page. Liam Dwyer with the initial shot, and Page taking exception to something one of the Mountaineers did. It's played through center. Serleone out of the penalty box and giving chase as Page covers up. The net pushed egregious. Mountaineers over the attacking line. Valenti with a pretty move there. Valenti to goal. Page the save, and there is no rebound.
Nice move there by Valenti to get around.
Getting wide, Snyder pushed from behind by Penrose. Loose puck at the side of the net. Turned over to Snyder. Snyder out in front. That shot just missing. The line for UPJ. Barberi skating wide, dropping for Norkovikas. He shoots right into the logo of goaltender Hayden Dirk. Back to Barberi with half a minute left in the period. Rosic with room. Rosic firing. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Dirk. It's maybe for the Ice Cats. Zito dropping for Rosic. Rosic double teamed and taken down to the ice. Hooks fishing for this puck. UPJ fans wanting a call and not sure they didn't have a beef there at the end of the period as Huff
Hey Yins guys, just a reminder, Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer are good food. Whether you're cooking at home or tailgating, grab an original Yinzer dog, go buy some pierogies and lushkis at Giant Eagle. Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer, a match made in Pittsburgh.
horses to hunting, Carhartt to Carolina, 2 wheels or 4, from Timberland Pro to playing in the snow. What do all these people have in common? They shop at Locust Grove Country Shop in Apollo. Call 724-478-1846 or online at locustgrovepa.com.
One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
Why are so many companies, unions, and organizations across the country choosing the Avia dental plan?
Because group plans start at as little as $5 per month, and groups can save 20 to 80% off of high-quality dental care.
Everyone qualifies, and there's no waiting or limits on visits to the dentist.
Call now and save $20, plus get 3 months free.
Call now and you may be able to save $20 and get 3 months free. 1-888-431-CARE or visit aviadental.com.
Hey, it's Aaron Miller, the Pittsburgh mortgage guy, letting you know mortgage rates have dropped, and it might be time to refinance or cash out your equity. I'll run your cost-benefit options to see if it makes sense. Call me, your trusted mortgage advisor.
Why are so many companies, unions, and organizations across the country choosing the Avia dental plan?
Because group plans start at as little as $5 per month, and groups can save 20 to 80% off of high-quality dental care.
Everyone qualifies, and there's no waiting or limits on visits to the dentist.
Call now and save $20, plus get 3 months free.
Call now and you may be able to save $20 and get 3 months free. 1-888-431-CARE or visit aviadental.com.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Do you need well or pump service for your home, farm, or business? Adams & Sons Pump Service in Canton has the experience and equipment to do the job right. Since 1954, Adams & Sons have offered well drilling, pump repair, water treatment systems, holding tanks, excavation, and drainage work. Plus, quality-built, dependable stainless pumps for all applications. Adams & Sons provides experienced, bonded, and insured professionals serving all of Ohio. Call 855-4MY-WATER or visit adamspumpservice.com. Do you need well or pump service for your home, farm, or business? Adams & Sons Pump Service in Canton has the experience and equipment to do the job right. Since 1954, Adams & Sons have offered well drilling, pump repair, water treatment systems, holding tanks, excavation, and drainage work. Plus, quality-built, dependable stainless pumps for all applications. Adams & Sons provides experienced, bonded, and insured professionals serving all of Ohio. Call 855-4MY-WATER or visit adamspumpservice.com.
One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
One field, one coach, one moment. That's all it takes to change a child's future. That's something that I want to be a part of. How about you? I'm Matt Major, Area Director of Ambassadors Football Pittsburgh. Get involved today. Visit us online and join the team.
Looking for real 100% natural pain relief? Hey, Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist and 13-time world champion here. Trust me, I know pain. You can either suffer or manage it. That's why I use Curable Active to help relieve my aches and pains naturally. Curable Active topicals have you covered with fast-acting, all-natural pain relief the Kurt Angle way. Look for Curable in stores or go to curable.com and get 20% off. Use promo code USA at KURIBL.com.
Hey, it's Aaron Miller, the Pittsburgh mortgage guy, letting you know mortgage rates have dropped, and it might be time to refinance or cash out your equity. I'll run your cost-benefit options to see if it makes sense. Call me, your trusted mortgage advisor.
Hey Yins guys, just a reminder, Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer are good food. Whether you're cooking at home or tailgating, grab an original Yinzer dog, go buy your pierogies and lushkis at Giant Eagle. Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer, a match made in Pittsburgh.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham! Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is locally owned and operated and focused on serving the community. Play It Again Sports buys, sells, and trades used in new sports equipment and fitness gear and passes along the savings to you. Their large inventory, customer service, and wide selection of major brands will keep you coming back for years. Open 7 days a week. Visit them on 6041 Route 30 or visit them online at playitagainsports.com/locations/Greensburg-PA. With Chris Beddick, I'm Matt Popchak back here in Morgantown at the Hope Gas Ice Pavilion, the new venue here on WVU's campus, as the 4th-seeded Mountaineers trail 2nd-seeded UPitt Johnstown by a 1-0 score. And if I'm the West Virginia coach, Ephraim Yoder, who was a longtime assistant at Cal PA, the perennial CHE power, I'm telling my team, as poorly as that first period went, especially the last 10 minutes of that first period, this is a one-shot hockey game.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes of that period, UPJ really started to assert themselves. They had their legs. They had most of the zone time, the chances, and the shots. Ended up with 15 shots, West Virginia with 9. So UPJ on pace for 45 shots, Matt, and that can't continue if you're West Virginia, or it's going to be a long afternoon. Now, if you're UPJ, you have the momentum. You have your legs. You found your game. Your forecheck is a problem for West Virginia. West Virginia struggled to make it out of that first period, but they did, and they're only down a goal, so it's a one-shot game. But certainly if you're UPJ, you love the last 10 minutes of the period, and if you're West Virginia, you got to try to find a way to turn the tide here and get something going your way. West Virginia was 0 for 2 on the power play in the first period. UPJ's only goal was on the power play. They're 1 for 1.
Jackson Barberi scoring it almost exactly midway through that first frame, as the Ice Cats win the opening second period face-off. The side switch has occurred, and we're back to action with the Cats on the attack near side. Carolfa unable to get around Anthony Katana. Barberi, the elder Barberi, playing it in front of the WVU bench. Rosic going after it. Katana to the corner for the Mountaineers, and with speed, he catches up to that puck between Carolfa and Replogle on the back check for Pitt Johnstown. Rice reversing the play, but turned it over to Anderson. Anderson returning to the WVU lineup from injury recently. Carolfa counterattacking for the Ice Cats. He fires on goal. That save is made, and the rebound is put in! 50 seconds in! Nick Rosic, his 10th of the season to make it 2-0 Ice Cats. And these pretzels are making me thirsty. Rosic goes 5-hole on Hayden Dirk to extend UPJ's lead.
Pucks and bodies to the net. Carolfa pushed the play. He's able to get on goal. Dirk unable to control that rebound, had trouble finding it. But Rosic was right there going hard to the net, and he was able to get a stick on it. He was able to beat the defenseman who was on the play. That was Luke Napoli. And it's 2-0 UPJ. Here they come again.
Chase Huff from an angle. That save is made by Dirk. The Grafton, West Virginia native trying to keep his team on life support here with the Ice Cats on the attack. Zito over skating in the slot area. Hooks sends that puck wide of goal. Huff after it, out in front for Adam Hooks. Hooks on the backhand right into Dirk's chest protector, and he'll freeze it.
So the first minute 15 of this second period, Matt, it's been more of the same. UPJ comes out smoking the first 4 shots of the period and the chances and a goal. And right now, I have to say, West Virginia, they're on the ropes.
You certainly get the feeling that the Ice Cats have the ability to open the floodgates, especially with the way they've come out here. And Dirk, with that glove save, going to try and do everything he can do. Goaltending can be the ultimate equalizer, in any playoff game, and there's still a lot of time left in this one, but the Mountaineers a bit gobsmacked after giving up that early goal.
That was the 20th shot already for UPJ.
Up the boards it comes, kept alive by Serleone. Dirk knocks that to the corner. Lestigian uses the boards to his advantage. Serleone just shy of the blue line. Turned it over to Martin.
Once again, having trouble getting it out of their zone is West Virginia.
Hooks going to work in deep, the former Armstrong Riverhawk. And the Ears again are unable to get it out of the zone. That went off a Pitt skate, and finally Dwyer and company get it back to center. Dwyer is greeted immediately by one of the Ice Cats as the Mountaineers have to exit their zone one more time. Loose puck, near side, Serleone, the first one to it. Dwyer in a delayed offside position. And Norkovicus just on now for Pitt Johnstown, crosses the attacking line. Nork on the off wing, firing off the blocker hand of Dirk, and it goes out of play.
First 7 shots of the second period belong to UPJ. The ice is tilted. They have the momentum. They've got a 2-0 lead, and they're like sharks right now. There's blood in the water, and you can feel it. UPJ is trying to put the knockout punch here into West Virginia. Still a ton of time left, of course, in this game, but right now West Virginia's trying to find it.
And these are two teams that were kind of headed in opposite directions as they approach the playoffs. UPJ won their last 3 regular season outings, including the second regular season meeting between these clubs exactly 2 weeks ago in this barn. The Mountaineers, in contrast, lost their final 3 regular season games and had to rally and work overtime literally to defeat 5th-seeded Akron, who was 1 point their inferior during the regular season, to advance past yesterday's quarterfinal round as we get another stoppage.
The next goal in this game is going to be critical either way. West Virginia only averages 3.6 goals per game. If they fall behind 3-0, that certainly could be trouble. They need the next goal. They need to split this lead in half.
Anderson wins the faceoff and forces it deep into the corner. Plowman giving chase defensively for UPJ. Anderson trying to work it in front. He can't. Good gap control there defensively by Rice, or perhaps Penrose it was on the back check. Rice unabashedly plays a 200-foot hockey game, and you can see why he logged so many minutes, as Pitt Johnstown team captain. Out there on the forecheck, out there killing penalties and just kind of plugging along here. 32 points on his regular season to lead the Ice Cats, including 22 helpers. We told you he's the program's all-time point leader. He's also their all-time assist leader with well over 100 of those lifetime. Allen, meanwhile, for the Mountaineers, couldn't shoot it cleanly. That shot by Shannon floats wide. The alternate captain unable to put it on target, and the one-timer by Allen just missed, and it didn't miss by a lot. So the Ears are finally able to cycle the puck a bit and generate a good chance there, but the Ice Cats remain up by a pair. Rice nearly turning that puck over in a very dangerous spot. Penrose hooked and pressured as he's tied up now by Allen. West Virginia picking up the slack a little bit, down by a deuce. Snyder winning that battle along the boards. Morano bumping him off the puck. That puck bouncing in the circle now for both these teams, and it's played back to center by Rosic.
Best shift for West Virginia we've seen in some time.
Turnover to Morano, but he asked to get rid of this puck with Rice in an offside position. Pitt Johnstown changing on the go. Jansky out from behind his own net. Turned over to Morano. Morano.
Player hurt here for West Virginia, 21. He's struggling. Allen.
Out in front, it comes off Morano's stick. Replogle gonna give ground here and go cross ice to his defensive partner, Jackson Barberi. Barberi turning it over at the West Virginia blue line. And one of the Ears goes down at center. That's Drew Allen, and Allen is slow to get up again.
The second hard hit he's taken this shift.
Aiden Freund out here now for the Ice Cats. On the line with Teedy, and Morano coming off now as West Virginia counterattacks. Lustig from an angle. That missed the net. Teedy to the rebound. WV keeps it in. Lustig pressured at the blue line by Teedy, and the Ice Cats get it back to the officials' crease. West Virginia fans behind Matt Page trying to rally their team here in the second period as a penalty is coming up on the Ice Cats. WVU will get its third penny power play of the contest as referee Grove makes the holding call.
Martin going to the box? No.
Martin going to the bench.
Spoke too soon, beg your pardon. Now the penalty box to UPJ is open. It's going to be, I'm sorry, nobody's gone in yet. Penalty is on UPJ, there it is. 73.
Teedy is sent off. And will the third time be the charm for the Mountaineers on the man advantage?
Boy, they really need one here, Matt. Somehow, some way, split this lead in half.
6 minutes into the second period, thereabouts, and seemingly an important juncture of the game for both teams.
No shots yet this period for West Virginia.
And UPJ wins the first faceoff of the penalty kill. Chase Huff gonna take the bull by the horns. Anthony Katana out from behind his own net, trying to dance around Replogle at center. Ice Cats force the Mountaineers to regroup. Anderson through center. Skating wide for West Virginia on the penny power play. He's dispossessed, hooks, trying to rag this puck. He gets it to Replogle. Replogle around the boards and through center. Hayden Dirk has to go fetch. Jackson Barberi had to retrieve his stick there and had plenty of time to do so thanks to that clear. Takeaway by Chase Huff. Huff coming back shorthanded for UPJ. Huff to the corner. Huff behind the net. And he's just going to send it back to Barberi. Jackson Barberi across for Replogle. Pitt Johnstown just taking more time off that penalty clock now with 50 seconds left. in the minor on TD.
Real good kill here so far for UPJ. West Virginia having a hard time with zone entry and setup.
Jansky to the vacant wing. Off the glass and the length of the ice, and Snyder slams his stick against the boards in frustration. Rice in the corner to Karolfa. That shot blocked. Anderson in transition for West Virginia, accompanied by Lestigian. Anderson. Replogle keeping pace with him. Snyder going to work in the corner. Hayden Snyder to Anderson. Anderson to the point for Martin. From an angle, Page makes that save. Where's the puck? It's caught, or was caught temporarily, in Andrew Barberi's equipment, and Barberi's hurt.
He blocked that shot. It didn't make it all the way through, and he's suffering right now. Another block.
And Andrew Barberi is having a rough go of it physically on this penalty kill as that puck goes wide of the blue paint.
Still no shots for West Virginia in this period. Penalty's over.
Ice Cats back to full strength. Replogle deep into the zone. Replogle, that cut off the side of the net, I believe, as Andrew Barberi pinches. Centering pass for Rice. It's deflected back to center. Good stick there by Martin.
Barberi stayed on the ice, even though he looks visibly like he's struggling here.
And it's turned over to Katana. Katana on Page, who snatches it out of the atmosphere. And that'll give Barberi and company a chance to catch a breath.
First shot on the period of West Virginia. They had good zone time once they were able to get it in on the power play, but no shots, couple blocks. Barberi doing what you have to do on the penalty kill. Paying the price. Face-off will be to the right of Matt Page, goaltender for the Ice Cats.
Ice Cats win another draw in their own zone. Norkovicus to center, leaving it to Kazarowski. Kazarowski, the former state champion at Peters Township High School. Out here with Norkovicus as Kabala plays it in the neutral zone for Pitt Johnstown, and he is blasted by Katana. Barberi around the boards. Kazarowski backing up the play from the right circle, shooting off a West Virginia body. Kazarowski sends it out the other side for Barberi. Barberi under pressure, sends it to the corner. Norkovicus going to work along the boards. Mountaineers send it to the half wall, and it's collected there by McNamara and sent to center now for Curtis. Braden Curtis out there with Jonathan Kleka. Kleka getting that puck deep before he came off to complete the West Virginia line change. Ephraim Yoder putting some more fresh troops out there as we approach the midpoint of this period and semifinal game. Pitt Johnstown leading West Virginia 2-0, trying to earn the right to play two-time CHE champion St. Vincent tomorrow afternoon. Page got a piece of that shot. Worked out in front, collected at the point by the Mountaineers. Jansky playing pitch and catch here as that shot is blocked in front by Kazarowski. And the Ice Cats will take their chances with the icing call.
So halfway through this game, Matt, we got the shots 22-11 in favor of UPJ. West Virginia, though, the last few minutes after that power play has been able to pin UPJ in a little bit and get some zone time and a couple chances. So West Virginia in desperate need of the next goal in this one.
And as we saw in the preceding semifinal game, Chris, sometimes you got to get your junk through, like Kent State did late in that game and like Jackson Barberi did for Pitt Johnstown on the power play earlier in this game. The Mountaineers might just need to simplify their attack to get a puck past Matt Page, and they're going to try and feed off their crowd as well, which is voluminous here at Hope Gas Ice Pavilion, as it was last weekend when the Mountaineers surprised second-seeded John Carroll to win the Division I CHMA playoff title.
Well, the only goal in this game was a simplified shot from the point by Barberi that had traffic in front. Dirk never saw it. West Virginia could use some of that for themselves.
Nick Rosic adding to the lead in the first minute of period 2 with a 5-hole goal of his own. Penrose leaving that puck defensively for Hooks, who sends it around the boards. Desperation play by Cortzis to keep it in, but turned it over to Huff. Huff and Zito back the other way. Centering pass for Huff, who was tied up by Cortzis, and Dirk comes well off the line to play that puck and freeze it.
Of course, it was the first goal of the game, of course. Yes, 2-0 is our score. UPJ with the lead. A little bit better here the last 5 minutes or so by West Virginia.
Mountaineers get a fresh line out there for the face-off. Boston Bradley keeping his reconfigured top unit out there with Zito.
Zito, a late addition to this UPJ squad. I believe I looked on the sheet. He's only played 5 games this season. So game number 6 for Zach Zito, number 85 in white. He's going to take the draw here.
Hooks and Huff. A lot of scoring prowess between the two of them for players who play a lot of second and third line minutes, as that save is made by Dirk. UPJ has it out in front. Zito with it near side, resetting to Plowman. Plowman across for Braden Penrose. Penrose to the boards for Chase Huff. Huff had that shot blocked from behind. A good stick check there, trailing the play by Lustig. Hooks keeps it in. He's taken out of the play. Penalty coming up on the Mountaineers. Adam Hooks was pulled down, and he gets involved now with Lustigian after the play is over. And so UPJ gets its second penny power play of the night. As you know, they are 1 for 1.
You get the feeling, Matt, big part of this game right now. It's 2-0, 8:44 to go in the second. UPJ has an opportunity to go up here by 3, and you just get the feeling that this is a big point in this hockey game right here. West Virginia needs this kill.
Ice Cats win it to Barberi. Barberi with a miscue there, and the Ice Cats recover. Good play there by Huff to salvage that. Huff inside the circle, firing, scoring! Chase Huff goes bar down on the penny power play. 3-0 Ice Cats, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Chase Huff rings one in, and you could hear that one from Wheeling.
2 for 2 on the power play. Great shot by Huff. They win the draw, have it in the zone. Just a wrist shot. Beats Dirk over the blocker. And easy peasy, as you said. Power play goal. And with 8:32 to go in the second period, UPJ is now up 3-0.
His team-leading 15th goal of the year, first of the postseason. His team-leading 7th power play goal, and first of the postseason. And conference-leading 7th power play goal, for that matter. Chase Huff. And that puck had some serious velocity on it. 8 minutes left till the second ice cut. It is now a 3-goal advantage for the Ice Cats as this puck is played to the near corner. Dwyer to the point for Cortzis. Cortzis on goal. Page swallows it up.
Shots now 24-12 in favor of UPJ. The difference in this game, Matt, UPJ 2 for 2 on the power play. West Virginia 0 for 3. And that has UPJ right now with a comfortable 3-0 lead with 7:56 to go here in the second. Face off to the right. Apologies. Face off to the right of Matt Page in the UPJ zone.
And West Virginia, a team that's been banged up a bit of late, as the lineup card would suggest, as Katana fires that off the arm of Hooks, and it goes wide. Ice Cats will ice this puck. Or will they? No. Good hustle there by Huff to negate the icing call. And Huff is shoved to the ice by Katana. Play continues. Mountaineers perhaps venting a bit as this is fired toward goal by Zito, and Hooks just missed the tip in there. Oh, if Hooks gets just a fraction of a blade on that puck. It's a fourth goal for UPJ. Meanwhile, Page freezes this one inside the crease.
You can tell by the body language of West Virginia right now, that last goal kind of took the wind out of their sails. A lot of heads hanging on the benches, and as the players come on the ice, UPJ has all the momentum right now, everything going their way. Somehow, some way, if West Virginia's going to somehow stay in this and even get back into it, they need a spark. They need something positive quick.
Special teams and goaltending so often are the two biggest factors in playoff games, and UPitt Johnstown currently winning the special teams battle. And even though Hayden Dirk has looked really commendable in goal for the Mountaineers, it's Matt Page who's quietly won the goaltending duel so far at the UPJ end of the rink. Plowman from the near side. Cooch up the right wing. Colin Cooch from atop the circle, missing to the glove hand, and the rebound bounces all the way back into UPJ ice. One of the Mountaineers knocked down. That was Snyder. Play continues. Cassiola from the half wall, met by Penrose, and a good play there by Allen to connect with Snyder, but Snyder couldn't handle the pass.
There are a lot of West Virginia fans in this building, and right now there's not much for them to cheer about.
Cooch and Kazarowski getting discombobulated near side. Lestigian takes advantage to get this puck up to the point for Jansky. Penrose going to work in the corner. Mountaineers win the puck battle, and the shot by Dwyer is blocked, and it comes just outside the UPJ zone. Page will settle it down for Penrose. Penrose turning it over to Lustig. Lustig centering pass. That kick save made by Page, and the rebound promptly cleared by Penrose. McNamara going to work behind the UPJ goal. To the point it comes for Katana. Near side Dwyer. Dwyer shooting. That's blocked. Cooch messing with Dwyer's mojo. Good shift by the Mountaineers. Kurtzis, the Morgantown High School standout. That shot blocked. Cooch up to center for Norkovicus. McNamara regains possession for the Mountaineers. Plowman to the corner for the Ice Cats in a 3-0 game. Cooch couldn't play that puck. Norkovicus runs afoul of Klika, but gets it deep, and that will not be icing. UPitt Johnstown changing quickly with just over 5 minutes left in this second period. Outletted for Klika. Jared Outward chasing down that puck in UPJ territory. Outward knocked off balance as Freund gets it up to center for Teedy. Raplogo and Barberi back out on the ice for Boston Bradley. Ice Cats play that puck to the corner. Tony Morano trying to make a pest of himself. As the Mountaineers play it through the neutral zone, it will not be icing. They say it was touched by Raplogo, and Page is not going to take any chances.
Shots on goal 9-4 here, UPJ in the second. 24-13 total. Favor of UPJ. Well, if you're UPJ right now, you're up 3-0. It's getting late in the second period. You want to get the puck deep, work your forecheck if you can, make West Virginia go 200 feet if possible, and stay out of the box. It's a pretty simple formula for the UPJ Ice Cats.
Jansky across the ice. That shot deflected on Page and sent to the corner. Napoli was trying to get a friendly bounce in front. That save made by Page. Reaching up with that left hand to deny Anderson in tight. Anderson in the corner now. Pressured by Serleone. Still protecting this puck. He's knocked down. Turnaround shot misses the net. Valenti going to work on the corner for West Virginia for Jansky at the point. And Jansky dragged that puck offside, according to Polanki, the nearest linesman.
And if you're West Virginia, you want to keep doing what you're doing. Kind of wear UPJ down a little bit. Make them defend. Keep the puck below the dots. Get your forecheck going. Put the pressure on the defensemen. Make them work and wear them down. And hopefully you can get a puck to the net, get a bounce maybe, a deflection. That's how you're going to get a goal and get back into this if you're West Virginia. And that was a good shift by West Virginia.
They've been good in spurts, certainly, in this game, but they haven't really sustained a ton of offensive zone time. And indeed, that's what they got to do here with time ticking away in the second as they win another face-off, and that'll help. Lestigian puts it off the glass behind Page. Hooks, knocked down. Still gets it over to Huff, and Huff is hit up high as he gets rid of that puck. Giving chase is Martin. Martin pursued by Zito of UPJ, and Martin protects that puck for West Virginia. Hooks to center, intended for Huff. Instead, it'll be taken along the boards by Lustig. Lustig, by the way, the German word for funny. So there, you learn your new thing for the day.
Well, I tell you what, Matt, every time I'm with you, learn something new, and it's not all necessarily hockey.
4 years of high school foreign language class finally paid off. Just not exactly how I planned, but it paid off. Save made at the near post by Page, and he'll freeze it.
At 10-band hockey, friends, 10-band TV for hockey, it's not just hockey here. We get all kinds of things going here.
These games are being played in an educational atmosphere, after all.
I did not know that. That is wild, weird stuff, Matt. Face-off will be to the right of Page. As West Virginia, the last 6 or 7 minutes, have had some good zone time and some chances. Just haven't been able to beat Page.
Mountaineers try to keep the pressure on, down by 3 here late in period 2. But the Ice Cats force it back to center.
And it is desperation time for West Virginia. They are really behind 3-0, and we're getting late in the second. So you know they're going to start taking chances too, because they have to.
Norkovicus keeping that puck inside the Mountaineers zone. It's settled down by Napoli. Napoli out for Cacciola. Cacciola shooting, and Page just got a piece of that with his left skate. That nearly got the goose egg off the board for the Mountaineers.
This big West Virginia crowd here is desperate to get involved.
Snyder from his knees trying to do something with that puck deep in UPJ ice.
There it is.
Loose in front. Snyder trying to jam it in on Page. Page trying to cover, and he does just as he gets the whistle.
So now the shots are 9-9 in this period, and West Virginia making a late push here in the second period. They're down 3, 2:23 to go. That was on top of the blue. Page was able to find it before a West Virginia player could knock it in. You gotta like the fight here for West Virginia. They have not rolled over. They're trying desperately to get a goal here late in the second to give them some momentum before the third period.
Beyond the reach of Kurtzis. From his blue line, he goes up to center for Lustig, and the Mountaineers send it deep into the UPJ zone one more time. Mountaineers spending a lot more time in the offensive zone, but again, nothing to show for it just yet. Good keep there at the point by Shannon. That shot from an angle is smothered by Page with under 2 minutes to go in period 2.
Good rebound control there by Page. He just sucked that puck in. No rebound. West Virginia sent a couple players to the blue for the rebound, but there was none to be had. Page, good job there, sensing his team needs that. And right now, West Virginia pushing hard here late in the second.
Page going for career win 40 unofficially. The all-time program leader in goalie wins. Third in the conference this year in goals against and save percentage as the Mountaineers call him into action one more time. Mountaineer fans wanted a penalty behind the UPJ net. They will not get one as it's sent back to center. Settled down by Shannon, the alternate captain for WVU. Mountaineers in the middle of a change, and they have this puck in UPJ ice, but Serleone breaks up that play. Karalfa retreating to get it up to Rice. Rice poke checked by Anderson, and with it now is Valenti. Valenti interrupted at center. Rice ices it legally for the Ice Cats as we approach the final minute before the ice cut here at Hope Gas Ice Pavilion. Valenti for Katana. Katana overskated that puck in front of his own bench, now recovers. Mountaineers have to re-enter the zone legally now, and Replogle gets to the dump in first. Turnover, it goes off the backside of one of the Mountaineers. That was Snyder catching the friendly fire at the side of the UPJ net. Half a minute left in the period. TD and Freund out there slowing things down for the Ice Cats. Huff with it. Huff tees it up, fires, and that's blocked. And Katana is hobbled a bit.
That hurt Katana, yep. You could see him struggling there, getting towards the benches.
Big puck battle in front of the UPJ bench. Officials and players and coaches look on as finally we get a whistle with just under 9 ticks to talk.
Tough block there. He's struggling to get to the bench now. Katana, Joey Katana, number 96, gets to the bench hobbling, favoring his right leg. Tough game, this hockey. Block shots, you pay the price. Hopefully that young man will be good for the third period.
Huff with time ticking away in the period, forcing the glove save by Dirk. And there will be a face-off in West Virginia ice.
First shot on goal in a good while for UPJ. They've mostly had to defend the last 6-7 minutes.
And it came from the player who scored their most recent goal, Chase Huff, the team leader this season. Hooks out there for the face-off. Page will stay in the net for UPitt Johnstown at the other end as time ticks off. And we are to the second intermission in the second semifinal game of the 2026 College Hockey East Men's Division III playoffs. Your score after 2, UPitt Johnstown Ice Cats 3, West Virginia Mountaineers 0. With Chris Beddick, I'm Matt Popchuk, and you're watching live coverage of the CHE playoffs here on TenbandTV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save. One-on-one with Replogle, Andrew Barberi back checking for UPJ as Page covers to his left.
It's always interesting to see how these games go. UPJ.
That save is made. Another check near side as Owen Serleone fires it to Zito. Zito going upstairs. And Dirk had to fight that one off. And Carolfa left wing. Up top now for Replogle. Replogle back to Barberi. Barberi shooting deflected on goal. That save is made through a crowd by Hayden Dirk. Going to work in the corner. Morano overskated the puck. Morano has it now for UPJ, and a penalty coming up against the Ice Cats.
Wow.
And TD is Katana. Joey Katana, that is. Through center. From an angle, Page protecting that near post. Page. Serleone has it. He sends it up the boards, but kept in by Snyder. Snyder to Casiola. It's stopped by Page and loose on the doorstep, and UPJ draws a penalty of their own. Both these teams 7th on the PK. West Virginia with an identical 73.7% rate. And the Ice Cats score! Action Jackson nuzzles that nylon. UPJ, midway through the first period, takes the 1-0 lead, and they brought their flippin' toys with them. Both these teams 7th on the PK. West Virginia with an identical 73.7% rate. And the Ice Cats score! Action Jackson nuzzles that nylon. UPJ, midway through the first period, takes the 1-0 lead, and they brought their flippin' toys with them.
5-4 in favor of UPJ halfway through the first.
Turn over to Kazarowski. That save made. The rebound is loose. Dirk can't cover it. Pushing it to the boards in desperation is Jansky.
It's creating problems for West Virginia.
They've got the hop after scoring that power play goal, and Norkovickas puts it toward the net. Kazarowski through the blue paint. Not sure that play is made, and the rebound is stopped by Page. Liam Dwyer with the initial shot, and Page taking exception to something one of the Mountaineers did. It's played through center. Serleone out of the penalty box and giving chase as Page covers up the net. Pushed egregious. Mountaineers over the attacking line. Valenti with a pretty move there. Valenti to goal. Page the save. And there is no rebound.
Nice move there by Valenti to get around.
Getting wide. Snyder pushed from behind by Penrose. Loose puck at the side of the net. Turned over to Snyder. Snyder out in front. That shot just missing. The line for UPJ. Barberi skating wide, dropping for Norkovickas. He shoots right into the logo of goaltender Hayden Dirk. Back to Barberi with half a minute left in the period. Rosic with room. Rosic firing. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Dirk. It's maybe for the Ice Cats. Zito dropping for Rosic. Rosic double teamed and taken down to the ice. Hooks fishing for this puck. UPJ fans wanting a call and not sure they didn't have a beef there at the end of the period as Huff, the WVU lineup from injury recently. Karolfa counterattacking for the Ice Cats. He fires on goal. That save is made, and the rebound is put in! 50 seconds in! Nick Rosic, his 10th of the season to make it 2-0 Ice Cats. And these pretzels are making me thirsty. Puck wide of goal. Huff after it, out in front for Adam Hooks. Hooks on the backhand right into Dirk's chest protector, and he'll freeze it.
So the first minute 15.
Just on now for UPitt Johnstown, crosses the attacking line. Nork on the off wing, firing off the blocker hand of Dirk, and it goes out of play.
First 7 shots of the second.
Partner Jackson Barberi. Barberi turning it over at the West Virginia blue line. And one of the ears goes down at center. That's Drew Allen. And it's turned over to Katana. Katana on Page, who snatches it out of the atmosphere. And that'll give Barberi and company a chance to get over to Huff. Huff and Zito back the other way. Centering pass for Huff, who was tied up by Kurtzis, and Dirk comes well off the line to play that puck and freeze it. Trailing the play by Lustig. Hooks keeps it in. He's taken out of the play. Penalty coming up on the Mountaineers. Adam Hooks was pulled down, and he gets good play there by Huff to salvage that. Huff inside the circle, firing, scoring! Chase Huff goes bar down on the penny power play. 3-0 Ice Cats. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Napoli was trying to get a friendly bounce in front. That save made by Page. Reaching up with that left hand. Going to work on the corner for West Virginia for Jansky at the point. And Jansky dragged that puck offside, according to Polanki, the nearest linesman. Something with that puck deep in UPJ ice.
There it is.
Loose in front. Snyder trying to jam it in on Page. Page trying to cover, and he does just as he gets the whistle.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays. Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get up pretty
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham, score! Ethan Cunningham, hat trick, game-winning goal. The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup, and Ethan Cunningham is a local hero.
Do you need well or pump service for your home, farm, or business? Adams & Sons Pump Service in Canton has the experience and equipment to do the job right. Since 1954, Adams & Sons have offered well drilling, pump repair, water treatment systems, holding tanks, excavation, and drainage work. Plus, quality-built, dependable stainless pumps for all applications. Adams & Sons provides experienced, bonded, and insured professionals serving all of Ohio. Call 855-4MY-WATER or visit adamspumpservice.com.
Hey Yins guys, just a reminder, Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer are good food. Whether you're cooking at home or tailgating, grab an original Yinzer dog, kielbasa, pierogies, and lushkis at Giant Eagle. Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer, a match made in Pittsburgh. Hey Yins guys, just a reminder, Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer are good food. Whether you're cooking at home or tailgating, grab an original Yinzer dog, kielbasa, pierogies, and lushkis at Giant Eagle. Yinzer dogs and Cooler Beer, a match made in Pittsburgh.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
UPitt creating space. UPitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
UPitt creating space. UPitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again. The Mount Washington Shop and Save is a proud sponsor of the 25-26 College Hockey East season on TenbandTV. Check out the ad on your screen during any broadcast this weekend for the latest, greatest deals on everything the Mount Washington Shop and Save has to offer. Whatever you need, store managers Jim and Michelle Kazarowski will make sure you find it at the Mount Washington Shop and Save. And thank you to Jim and Michelle for supporting our CHE playoff coverage all weekend long on TenbandTV. With Chris Beddick, I'm Matt Popchalk. 3-0 UPJ over WVU in College Hockey East Men's Division III Semifinal 2. How did we get here, Chris?
Well, we got here by UPJ striking on the power play. 2 power play goals. They're 2 for 2 on the power play. Jackson Barbieri and Chase Huff both connecting on the power play for UPJ. Nick Rosic had the other goal. That's the 3 on the board for the UPJ Ice Cats. Although the last 7 or 8 minutes of the second period, West Virginia had zone time and had chances. They just weren't able to get it past Matt Page. Shots on goal in that second period were 12-10 West Virginia after 2 periods.
And you get it.
Go ahead. Yeah, 25-21 UPJ.
I was going to say, you get a good look at the screen you talked about earlier by Kazarowski, and good job by the Ice Cats on their power play to get the junk through.
That was Barbieri just getting it on net with traffic. And then the second goal here.
Carolfo with the initial shot, and Nick Rosic right there for the follow.
Going hard to the net, top the blue. Dirk not able to handle the rebound. He's able to slip it by, make it 2-0, and then the third goal on the power play.
And we're going to see Chase Huff.
Yes, Chase Huff with a rocket wrister after the draw. Moves in, top of the circle, and he beat Dirk over the blocker side. And that's where we're at. It's 3-0 after 2 periods.
A goal scorer's goal, as the kids would say. And the Mountaineers need a few goal scorer's goals. They just need goals, period, to keep their season alive here on home ice. Ice Cats through center. Carolfo with Rice. Carolfo looking that way. Rice, oh, that pass was behind him. Break there for the Mountaineers. Backing up the play is Replogle. He leaves it for Rosic. Rice's shot blocked. Rice just hesitated a bit too long to release that puck.
The winner moves on and plays in the championship game tomorrow versus St. Vincent. The losing team's season is done. So if you're West Virginia, you've got 20 minutes left. Rice took a hit there, and he is down right in front of the West Virginia bench. He's slow getting up, and he's hobbling to the bench.
Oh, what a blow for the Ice Cats that would be, to have their top gun injured, and Rice really dragged himself off the ice there early in this third period.
I did not see the hit. It happened right in front of the West Virginia bench. Rice struggled to get to the bench, and that would be Aiden Rice, number 9, the captain. He is hobbled over. He is bent over on the UPJ bench as we speak, as it was icing against UPJ.
And as Brian Mitchell said between periods, it's about survival now, really, for UPJ. And, you know, you're trying to survive literally in advance, and you don't want to do so with any kind of a price tag attached to that survival. So we'll keep an eye on Rice and his exploits as this third period plays out. Face-off, meanwhile, in Ice Cats territory, sent to the corner. Hooks up the boards. Rosic for Huff. Huff to the corner. Zach Zito trailing the play for UPJ. Gets it to the point for Replogle. Jackson Barberi bouncing it off the boards right to Adam Hooks. To the point for Replogle. Replogle to the circle. That one-timer is directed aside by Hayden Dirk. Barberi with room to maneuver. He shoots. That's stopped, and the rebound is at Huff's feet, but he couldn't find it. Hooks hit from behind. He persists as he's tied up by Valenti. Zito going to work in the corner. Good forecheck by the Ice Cats early in the third period. Threw it out in front. Huff wasn't ready to take that pass, and Valenti will be able to get it back into UPJ territory. Mountaineers make a line change. UPJ 13-4-0-1 in CHE regular season play to earn that second seed and first round bye as the Mountaineers ice the puck. West Virginia 10-7-0-1 in CHE regular season play. Good for 31 points, just ahead of the Akron team they defeated in overtime last night in the quarterfinals, and 1 point ahead also of Kent State, who gave top-seeded St. Vincent all they could handle before the Polar Bearcats prevailed earlier today in other semifinal action. So it'll be St. Vincent playing for a third consecutive playoff crown and likely have already earned an ACHA Nationals berth for the third year in a row, and they'll be playing either UPJ or WVU. And again, you can watch that game tomorrow at 1 p.m. on TenbandTV. Page never saw that shot because it hit off one of the Mountaineers in front.
Penalty coming up against UPJ, it looks like.
And we said this is a penalty-prone Ice Cats team, and one of the things they had to do to aid their own survival in this third period was stay out of the box. Well, you can't quite check that box off just yet, as
Andrew Barbieri is going to the box for UPJ, and then right after that, Aiden Rice came out and took a little spin on the ice, Matt, and went right back to the bench for UPJ, and he most certainly would be on this penalty kill. Got to keep an eye on that.
17-15 remaining still. A lot of time left for this West Virginia club to operate on the penny power play.
0 for 3 so far tonight is West Virginia.
Anderson near side to the corner. And Jansky couldn't take that pass. An unforced error by the point man for the Mountaineers. That's a break for UPitt Johnstown. And this Mountaineer skewing crowd is itching, chomping at the bit really to get involved in this semifinal game, but just haven't had a ton to cheer about yet. We'll see if that changes. Jansky from the point. That's blocked. Chance shorthanded possibly for Hooks if he can hustle.
Good block there by Huff.
Quartzis gets there first, and Huff will just rag this puck for UPitt Johnstown and drop it back to Replogle, who takes more time off the penalty clock. 50 to go in the tripping minor on Andrew Barberi. Anderson up to center, again leading the West Virginia power play. Anderson upstairs, and whoa, what a quick and nimble glove save there by Matt Page. I barely saw that puck. But he sure did.
Good save there by Page, coming out on top of the blue with confidence. Gloves that down as if to say, no worries, I got it.
Page making that save from the side of the net, and in one motion, Aiden Rice, lo and behold, gets the clear.
Rice took some time there, collected himself. Looks like he's back and skating pretty well out there. So,
last rush for the Mountaineers on the power play, but they won't get that luxury if Wade Plowman has anything to say about it. He sends it in behind the West Virginia goal.
Just a stinger for Rice, and that is good news for UPJ.
At center, with it now is Casiola. Casiola backhanding it wide of the crease. Team's back to full strength. UPJ 4 for 4 on the penalty kill, and their 3-goal lead remains intact for the time being. Just about 5 minutes into this final period of regulation. Rice around the boards.
Well, the special teams battle, Matt. They've scored 2 power play goals, and they've killed off four West Virginia power plays. That's winning hockey.
Plowman behind his own net for UPJ. Off Drew Allen's stick, and it comes back to center red. Martin getting it deep before coming off at the end of his shift. Outlet pass too strong for Rosic. Shannon waiting for the rest of his line to come on the ice here. And Will Shannon will try to get around Teedy as the puck comes free to Replogle. Serlione for Morano. Morano exchanging with Freund. Freund gains the red line and sends it in. Ice Cats take over in the neutral zone. It's off the glove of Lustig. McNamara chasing to the corner. Teedy colliding with Shannon near side, trying to clear the zone for UPitt Johnstown, and we got a yard sale in Ice Cats territory as that puck is sent out of play by McNamara, the West Virginia captain.
Shots on goal so far in this period, 3-1. Favor of West Virginia. Total so far, UPJ 26, West Virginia 24. Face-off will be to the left of UPJ goaltender Matt Page, who has stopped all 24 shots his way so far.
He finished with 29 saves in his last appearance, a regular season win at S&T Bank Arena against IUP last Saturday. And not to be outdone, Hayden Dirk tries to continue to keep his team in the hunt.
Face-off will be in the West Virginia zone to the left of Goaltender number 33, Hayden Dirk. Changes being made there by UPJ. Being the designated home team, as we said earlier, they get the last change.
It may not feel like a home ice advantage, but for hockey purposes, it certainly is. Lestigian sends it around the boards in UPJ territory. Go ahead, Chris.
Means happy, right? Happy and happy. Happy. Just want to make sure I remember that.
You're thinking of Lustig, I believe. Okay. Just trying to keep you on point. It's forced back to center. Meanwhile, by Cooch. Colin Cooch had a big goal in the regular season for the Ice Cats in a win over Penn State Harrisburg in the annual Johnstown Showcase. UPJ playing a pair of one-goal games against Penn State Maine and Penn State Harrisburg that weekend, splitting the two.
This pace right now favors the team with the 3-goal lead, and that's UPJ. A lot of one-and-dones for West Virginia.
Martin to the corner, turns it over to Hooks. Hooks just casually turns it around and fires it toward goal. Didn't even make it all the way on Dirk. Martin blocked the shot. Chance now for Huff. Huff makes his move, fires off the mask of Hayden Dirk. And the rebound comes to Andrew Barberi. His attempt is blocked by Anderson, and the stretch pass is a little too stretchy for Anthony Catana. Icing on WV.
If you're UPJ right now, you're closing in on the halfway point of the third period. You don't want to get ahead of yourself, but now it's about taking care of your own zone, getting the puck in at the West Virginia zone, staying out of the box. You're up 3-0. You don't have to score anymore. Just do what is wise. If the opportunity presents itself, of course you're going to go for it, but just don't do anything crazy here. Finish this one out.
The last time the Ice Cats hoisted the Chuck Kozniewski championship belt, by the way, was 2014. And they are trying to earn the right to take that belt away, potentially, from a dynastic and 20th ranked St. Vincent College squad that won a tight semifinal game earlier today against Kent State University.
Giveaway there.
Allen setting up his line mate Snyder, and Hayden Snyder forces a save by Matt Page with 9 minutes gone by in the third period. That centering pass is broken up by Andrew Barberi. Barberi atop the play with Zito, and he just fires that puck in off the body of Dirk. Rice back out there again for UPitt Johnstown after being hobbled earlier in the period. Chance for the Mountaineers as Page is knocked into the goal, and another scrap breaking out after the whistle as Page was really running too hard at the end of that play.
Well, there was definite intent there after that shot of running the goaltender. You don't have to be a hockey veteran to understand what you just saw.
And just for a moment, I'm going to put on my royal blue and gold shades and defend the Ice Cats for a second. You don't want to take dumb penalties, obviously, when you have the commanding lead, but those are not dumb per se penalties. Those are the Ice Cats standing up, to your point, for Page, who did get run into particularly hard, and it looks like one of the Mountaineers is going to be sent off for doing so.
I think it was the player that ran. Page made the save, and then the player kept going.
And I think Mountaineer fans wanted at least one penalty on UPJ because it looks like one of them threw a punch on the player who ran into Page.
I think he's being... Let's see what happened here. What is happening here? There's a West Virginia player in the box.
And there is a 5-minute major penalty up on the West Virginia side of the scoreboard. So this is a major penny power play for the UPitt Johnstown Ice Cats. And as a gentle reminder, that penalty time does not come off the clock. This UPJ power play already 2 for 2 can theoretically score at will here in these next 5 minutes.
Well, UPJ's 2 for 2 on the power play, and with this major, you're right, they can score at will. Now, the player was not told to leave the ice, so he's been given a 5-minute major. Doesn't look like he's been given a game misconduct.
Nico Kortsis is the one in the penalty box for the Mountaineers as UPJ operates on the penny power play, and that shot is blocked. Rice recovers and gets it to Barberi. Huff, cross ice, shot. What a save there by Dirk at the side of the net on the Pitt Johnstown captain. Barberi with room. Barberi for Huff. Critical juncture in this game as Huff puts it off the mask of Dirk and the Mountaineers clear it. Barberi has to hurry back.
Another player down for West Virginia, struggling to get to his bench. It's Shannon.
Rosich over the attacking line for Pitt Johnstown, dropping for Huff. Huff lost that puck. Liam Dwyer with a chance possibly shorthanded. Barberi's got to get back and defend him. Dwyer ridden out of the play effectively by Jackson Barberi, who has a goal in this game for Pitt Johnstown. Rice over the line with the Ice Cats 3-on-2. Huff, score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Chase Huff. 1 minute into the major penny power play. It's a third PPG for UPJ, and that could be all she wrote for the years.
3 for 3 on the power play. Huff's second power play goal. He wasted no energy. I mean, he wasted nothing there on that shot. He beat Dirk this time. I think it was over the glove. And 3 for 3 on the power play, UPJ, and they stay on the power play with 3 minutes and 58 seconds left to work on this major.
How does the expression go? Grip it and rip it? That's pretty much what Chase Huff did. He came right down the slot, gripped his stick, and let her rip. Dirk did not have a chance in retrospect of catching up to it. Replogel's shot from an angle is blocked, and
you have to honestly say now, how many can UPJ get? They're 3 for 3 now. Penalty coming up here, I think, against UPJ. It's going to even things up, at least for 2 minutes.
So the Mountaineers are mitigating the damage at least with 9:13 remaining in regulation. And we'll see if they can take advantage of the extra ice here as Replogel goes to the sin bin.
And 9:13 to go here in the third.
Katana is going off. I'm not sure if it's for a penalty or for medical attention. And Katana's being penalized, I think. There are only 3 Mountaineer skaters on the ice. This is going to be a power play still, and now a 4-on-3 penny power play for Pitt Johnstown. An unexpected turn of events.
UPJ was going to get a penalty that would have evened it up, but was it after the whistle or after the play? There are now another West Virginia player in the box. Now they've taken the penalties off the board.
I saw one of the Mountaineers talking to one of the officials at the West Virginia blue line after the whistle. Perhaps he was inquiring about this, wanting to know what the call was on his own team. Again, there's only so much lip reading and body language reading we can do from our vantage point.
I think they're even up penalties. They're not putting anything on the board. Coincidental minors, I believe.
Hooking and unsportsmanlike conduct, respectively, are the penalties.
So one was before the whistle and one was after the whistle. So that's even up. The power play, the major power play, still continues. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left for UPJ on this major.
And they have already scored once. And they have scored 3 times on the man advantage in all to take a commanding lead over the Mountaineers here in Morgantown. Norkovikas atop the circle, firing, scoring! It was deflected in by Hooks. Norkovikas shot it. Adam Hooks has Pac-Man fever. A 4th penny power play goal. And the Ice Cats are going to start making plans for a hot date with the Polar Bearcats.
Making a team pay on the power play. UPJ has done that. They're now 4 for 4. Puck to the net, traffic to the net, a deflection. Dirk, no chance on that. 5-0 with 8:54 to go in the third and 3 minutes and 12 seconds left on the major power play.
Norkovicus is going to pick up an assist on that goal. It'll be his 11th assist overall and third of the power play variety for Hooks. His 13th goal of the season and first of the playoffs. Second power play goal of the season by Adam Hooks, the Katanning native.
Huff on hat trick watch now.
And he has this puck with still half of that major penalty on Nico Kortsis remaining. Dirk makes a save. Huff, and you can break out the chapeaus, baby. UPitt Johnstown has put up a touchdown on West Virginia. 8:19 to play. A special teams clinic being staged here in the CHE Men's Division III semifinal by Boston Bradley's club.
Hat trick for Chase Huff. Another power play goal. That's 5 power play goals for UPJ. They are 5 for 5. They still have 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go on this major. The major penalty, and UPJ taking advantage, has all but ended this one. The UPJ Ice Cats are going to the CHE Championship tomorrow afternoon against St. Vincent.
So number 1 and number 2 will meet one more time for the Kozniewski belt on TenbandTV. And another team that on paper didn't fare well against St. Vincent during the regular season, but gave the Polar Bearcats some tough games, as you know, Chris.
Yeah, including a shootout at the War Memorial that St. Vincent was able to barely get by. Minute 50 to go in the major penalty. 6-0. UPJ Ice Cats have taken full command of this one. And they are all smiling like butcher's dogs on their end of the arena. And
now the King might be able to go home early tonight.
The huge crowd that was brought in by West Virginia, unfortunately, have had very little to cheer about today.
And the Mountaineers played a pretty even game with the Ice Cats by and large at 5-on-5, but special teams, to say the least, has been a different beast altogether.
Yeah, UPJ 5 for 5 now on the power play. West Virginia 0 for 4. It doesn't take a hockey expert to look at that and see the difference. Plus, the outstanding goaltending of Page for UPJ.
Barberi trying to break free of Lestigian. Lestigian lost his stick in that process. And there's under a minute to go now on the major penalty on Kortsis for running into UPJ goaltender Matt Page. Penrose from distance. That kick save made by Dirk. And you certainly feel for Hayden Dirk, who really gave the Mountaineers a lifeline through 2 periods of play, but with that major penalty taken by Kurtzis, UPitt Johnstown, to their credit, has opened the floodgates.
I think Dirk has deserved better. He's played well.
Very well.
Oh,
Kazarowski that close, but Dirk dazzling to get across. Plowman forcing the toe save by West Virginia's own Hayden Dirk.
It's a 14 shot at a period for UPJ. They're out shooting West Virginia 14-6, and that was shot number 39 on the night. So 39-27 are the shots in favor of UPJ, and certainly all this power play time has helped them pad their shot total.
One thing's for certain, if you're West Virginia, you know who your number one goalie is going to be, presumably going into next year if Hayden Dirk sticks around. Mountaineers had given 3 goaltenders throughout this season a good, healthy share of playing time, but it's Dirk who got the nod here today, and he makes that glove save from the shot atop the left circle.
Shot 40 now for UPJ.
Ice Cats entered period 3 with a 3-0 lead. They have doubled that with 3 goals on a major power play as Dirk swallows that shot by Raplogle.
Well, when you're up 3-0 after 2 periods, this is exactly the type of third period for UPJ you were looking for. Of course, the major penalty has helped them to basically build and pad their lead. And for West Virginia, just their ability to come back, and a large part their inability to score in the power play. They're 0 for 4. And also you got to give Matt Page credit in goal. He's been very good today for the Ice Cats.
Chase Huff with goals 15, 16, and 17 on his season.
Major penalties mercifully over now for West Virginia. Back to even strength.
Napoli along the near boards. And played ahead now for Nolan Kabala. Kabala getting a shift late in this game, the Summerhill native, as Boston Bradley feels comfortable emptying his bench a bit. Anderson counterattacking for the Mountaineers. Anderson trying to drop it there for Valenti, but the pass was behind him, and a penalty coming up on the Cats, who touched this puck just beyond their own blue line, and so the Mountaineers at least will get a chance to crack the goose egg on which Matt Page sits with under 5 minutes left in this game.
6-0 our score, 4:52 to go in this one. West Virginia now be looking to try to break the shutout if they can, and now if you're UPJ, you're thinking the opposite, playing in front of goaltender Matt Page, who has stopped all 27 West Virginia shots. 5th power play for West Virginia. They are 0 for 4.
Shannon from 50 feet firing it into the stomach of Matt Page. Hooking the indication against Andrew Barberi, the rookie. His brother Jackson, if this scoreline holds up, would get credit for the game-winning goal for Pitt Johnstown. That would be Jackson's 3rd G-dub of the season. One of the Mountaineers losing an edge in his own zone there. That was Snyder, as Penrose clears the area. Ice Cats collapsing a bit, getting into their penalty-killing diamond as Allen works it across now for Snyder. Martin atop the circle, that shot blocked. Rosic, no worse for the wear. Mountaineers midway through their latest penny power play now as Rosic gets a stick.
Puck.
Yes, indeed, in the lane.
UPJ got the memo. They are certainly playing like they want to keep that goose egg on the board.
Norkovicus unsuccessful with that poke check. Snyder toward goal. That shot was deflected off the glass. Looked like Raplogle might have gotten a stick on that attempt at the last moment. Barberi takes a moment, then Murphy dumps that puck the length of the ice. Final 20 seconds of this penny power play for West Virginia. Martin in behind the net. Lestigian trying to redirect that on Page. Nothing doing. And UPJ is going to be 5 for 5 on the penalty kill with under 3 minutes left in the game.
Certainly yesterday's game, an overtime win for West Virginia over Akron. And what has transpired here today, the tank looks empty for the Mountaineers.
And looking back, you look at that second period after UPJ extended their lead. West Virginia had that push at the end of that second period. They finally started to tilt the ice a bit, but the Ice Cats, as it turns out, took their best punch and came away from it without allowing a goal.
They had opportunities. Matt Page came up big, as goaltenders often have to do. He was able to keep West Virginia off the board, and his team was able to get going and really make West Virginia pay on the power plays. 5 power play goals today. 3 of them by Chase Huff.
This UPJ club's come a long way under Boston Bradley, and they've come a long way in terms of playing with leads. We've seen them cough up seemingly comfortable leads and multi-goal leads earlier this season, and they played a much more responsible brand of hockey as the favorite in this semifinal game.
Shot 17-7 in the third here by UPJ. 42 to 28 in favor of the Ice Cats in team in white.
And again, it'll be two-time champion St. Vincent College against regular season runners-up UPitt Johnstown tomorrow for the 2026 CHE Playoff Championship. For both teams, bragging rights at stake. For the Polar Bearcats, if they haven't clinched it already, a third straight trip to nationals at stake.
Puck out of play, minute 9 to go in this one. That game will be tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Puck drop here on TenbandTV.
Kazarowski out for this faceoff, and he wins it up ahead to Freund. Freund slips around the check by Katana. And this one is all over but the shouting. The only shouting we'll hear, however, will come from the folks off to our right, as UPJ has pulled away in this third period. And they have earned, dare I say, a side yard brawl trifecta. 3 wins in 3 outings against the conference rival Mountaineers this season, including this semifinal game.
I would say the building at one point was probably 80-20 or 70-30 West Virginia to UPJ, but not a lot to cheer about today for the Mountaineer fans. And they will not repeat Division III, Division I. UPJ gonna run out the clock.
3 seconds remaining. They're starting to celebrate with Matt Page now. That's it, Fort Pitt. Shutout number 3 on the senior season of Matt Page comes in the CHE semifinals. Your final score, the UPitt Johnstown Ice Cats 6, the West Virginia Mountaineers nothing. And at the risk of belaboring the point, Chris, special teams and goaltending. Enough said, right?
Final shots 42-28 UPJ, absolutely. UPJ ended up 5 for 6 on the power play. 0 for 5 was West Virginia. Matt Page gets a shutout, stopping all 28 shots for UPJ. When his team did get into trouble, he was able to bail them out and make the needed stop, keeping West Virginia off the board. And UPJ was able to go to work, make their power play, just sink the West Virginia ship today and end their season.
And it was a fine season for the Mountaineers, arguably the most improved team this season in College Hockey East Men's Division III, but they get a bit of a reality check today from UPitt Johnstown, which pulls away for the dominant win. Thank you, Chris Beddick. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski. Thank you, Ethan Stewart. Thank you, Kennedy Kazarowski. Thank you, Austin McLean. Thank you, Dave Fryer. Thank you, Brian Mitchell. Thank you for watching and listening. We'll see you for Championship Sunday tomorrow. I'm Matt Popchuk, and that's all she wrote from West by God, Virginia. Again, UPitt Johnstown advances. You've been watching it on TenbandTV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save. One-on-one with Replogle, Andrew Barberi back checking for UPJ as Page covers to his left.
It's always interesting to see how these games go. UPJ.
That save is made. Another check near side as Owen Serleone fires it to Zito. Zito going upstairs. And Dirk had to fight that one off. And Carolfa left wing. Up top now for Replogle. Replogle back to Barberi. Barberi shooting deflected on goal. That save is made through a crowd by Hayden Dirk. Going to work in the corner. Morano overskated the puck. Morano has it now for UPJ, and a penalty coming up against the Ice Cats.
Wow.
And TD is Katana. Joey Katana, that is. Through center. From an angle, Page protecting that near post. Page. Serleone has it. He sends it up the boards, but kept in by Snyder. Snyder to Casiola. It's stopped by Page and loose on the doorstep, and UPJ draws a penalty of their own. Both these teams, 7th on the PK. West Virginia with an identical 73.7% rate. And the Ice Cats score! Action Jackson nuzzles that nylon. UPJ, midway through the first period, takes the 1-0 lead, and they brought their flippin' toys with them.
5-4 in favor of UPJ halfway through the first.
Turn over to Kazarowski. That save made. The rebound is loose. Dirk can't cover it. Pushing it to the boards in desperation is Jansky.
Is creating problems for West Virginia.
They've got the hop after scoring that power play goal, and Norkovickas puts it toward the net. Kazarowski through the blue paint. Not sure. That play is made, and the rebound is stopped by Page. Liam Dwyer with the initial shot, and Page taking exception to something one of the Mountaineers did. It's played through center. Serleone out of the penalty box and giving chase as Page covers up. The net pushed egregious. Mountaineers over the attacking line. Valenti with a pretty move there. Valenti to goal. Page the save. And there is no rebound.
Nice move there by Valenti to get around.
Getting wide. Snyder pushed from behind by Penrose. Loose puck at the side of the net. Turned over to Snyder. Snyder out in front. That shot just missing. The line for UPJ. Barberi skating wide, dropping for Norkovickas. He shoots right into the logo of goaltender Hayden Dirk. Back to Barberi with half a minute left in the period. Rosic with room. Rosic firing. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Dirk. It's maybe for the Ice Cats. Zito dropping for Rosic. Rosic double teamed and taken down to the ice. Hooks fishing for this puck. UPJ fans wanting a call, and not sure they didn't have a beef there at the end of the period as Huff, the WVU lineup from injury recently. Carolfa counterattacking for the Ice Cats. He fires on goal. That save is made, and the rebound is put in! 50 seconds in! Nick Rosic, his 10th of the season to make it 2-0 Ice Cats. And these pretzels are making me thirsty. Puck wide of goal. Huff after it out in front for Adam Hooks. Hooks on the backhand right into Dirk's chest protector, and he'll freeze it.
So the first minute 15.
It's just on now for UPitt Johnstown, crosses the attacking line. Nork on the off wing, firing off the blocker hand of Dirk, and it goes out of play.
First 7 shots of the second.
Partner Jackson Barberi. Barberi turning it over at the West Virginia blue line. And one of the ears goes down at center. That's Drew Allen. And it's turned over to Katana. Katana on Page, who snatches it out of the atmosphere. And that'll give Barberi and company a chance to get over to Huff. Huff and Zito back the other way. Centering pass for Huff, who was tied up by Kurtzis, and Dirk comes well off the line to play that puck and freeze it. Trailing the play by Lustig. Hooks keeps it in. He's taken out of the play. Penalty coming up on the Mountaineers. Adam Hooks was pulled down, and he gets good play there by Huff to salvage that. Huff inside the circle, firing, scoring! Chase Huff goes bar down on the penny power play. 3-0 Ice Cats. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Napoli was trying to get a friendly bounce in front. That save made by Page. Reaching up with that left hand. Going to work on the corner for West Virginia for Jansky at the point. And Jansky dragged that puck offside, according to Polanki, the nearest linesman. Something with that puck deep in UPJ ice.
There it is.
Loose in front. Snyder trying to jam it in on Page. Page trying to cover, and he does just as he gets the whistle. And again, you can watch that game tomorrow at 1 p.m. on TenbandTV. Page never saw that shot because it hit off one of the Mountaineers in front. Anderson up to center, again leading the West Virginia power play. Anderson upstairs, and whoa, what a quick and nimble glove save there by Matt Page. Appearance, a regular season win at S&T Bank Arena against IUP last Saturday, and not to be outdone, Hayden Dirk toward goal, didn't even make it all the way on Dirk. Martin blocked the shot. Chance now for Huff. Huff makes his move, fires off the mask of Hayden Dirk. For UPitt Johnstown after being hobbled earlier in the period. Chance for the Mountaineers as Page is knocked into the goal, and another scrap breaking out after the whistle as Page was really running too hard at the end of that play.
Well, that was Well, that was
Rice recovers and gets it to Barberi. Huff, cross ice, shot. What a save there by Dirk at the side of the net on the UPitt Johnstown captain. Over the line with the Ice Cats 3-on-2. Huff, score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Chase Huff. 1 minute into the major penny power play. It's a third PPG for UPJ. And that could be all she wrote for the years. Over the line with the Ice Cats 3-on-2. Huff, score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Chase Huff. 1 minute into the major penny power play. It's a third PPG for UPJ. And that could be all she wrote for the years. Norkovicus atop the circle, firing, scoring! It was deflected in by Hooks. Norkovicus shot it. Adam Hooks has Pac-Man fever. A fourth penny power play goal. Half of that major penalty on Nico Kortsis remaining. Dirk makes a save. Huff, and you can break out the chapeaus, baby. UPitt Johnstown has put up a touchdown on West Virginia. 8:19 to play.
I think Dirk has deserved better. He's played well.
Very well.
Oh,
Kazarowski that close, but Dirk dazzling to get across. Anderson trying to drop it there for Valenti, but the pass was behind him, and a penalty coming up on the Cats, who touched this puck just beyond their own blue line. And so Kazarowski, thank you, Austin McLean. Thank you, Dave Fryer. Thank you, Brian Mitchell. Thank you for watching and listening. We'll see you for Championship Sunday tomorrow. I'm Matt Popchuk, and that's all she wrote from West by God, Virginia. Again, UPitt Johnstown advances. You've been watching it on 10 Band TV, presented by the Mount Washington Shop and Save.